Welcome to Jana Brock's Bunny Talks. I'm Jana, and today I'm going to talk to you about, is rabbit ownership right for you? And I'm just going to hit the main points about this. For more information, get my book, Bunny Conversations, The Entertaining Dialogue of Pet Rabbits. That's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other book outlets all over the world. But for today, I just want to hit the highlights of proper rabbit care, what these animals need, and whether or not you can meet those needs. That decision needs to be made before somebody gets a pet rabbit, if at all possible. If you've already received a rabbit, or you've had somebody bring you an abandoned rabbit and you don't know how to care for them, get either my book, go on loveyourrabbit.com. There are YouTube videos online about best care practices, or visit House Rabbit Society. They have great information as well. Rabbits are destructive animals by nature. That is one thing that most people do not realize. They can chew the baseboards off your house. They can tilt their head back and chew sheetrock right off the walls. That's bad for them. It's bad for your home. So bunny proofing is a must. That not only protects your pet rabbit, but it will also protect your home. Rabbits also need to be spayed or neutered. And this is something a lot of rabbit owners don't realize. A rabbit's behavior radically changes at about 4 to 6 months of age. This cute little rabbit can seem like the worst pet ever when it starts to come into its juvenile or young adult phase. Their hormones surge and just all kinds of things start to happen. They start spraying and there can be a lot of fighting. So alteration surgery, being spayed or neutered, calms their hormones immensely. And it also helps prevent cancer. Another thing that spaying and neutering does is it prevents unwanted pregnancies. Another point to know about rabbits is they need an unlimited supply of fresh hay, such as Timothy hay, orchard grass hays, or one of the other safe for rabbit hays, and an unlimited source of fresh water 24 hours a day. They also need unlimited access to something wooden to chew on, a safe wood. This maintains their teeth length, but also in the wild, rabbits eat bark and wood and chew on these things all the time. Rabbits also need fresh greens, and if pellets are fed, a high quality pellet, which should be a very small amount of their diet. They should mostly be eating hay throughout the day and throughout the night. Because rabbits are such social animals, they thrive in pairs or groups. Now, in order to do that, you have to make sure the buck and the doe, if you have a male and female, are spayed and neutered. They've gone through and completely healed from their alteration surgery and go through a safe bonding process. We have more bonding videos on this Love Your Rabbit YouTube channel, so check those out when you have time. I'll put the links in the description box below. There are so many other things to realize about best care practices for your pet rabbit. You have to find a rabbit savvy vet and understand the difference between a veterinarian who just has an exotic pet specialty and one that is an exotic pet specialist, but also on top of that understands proper care for pet rabbit ownership. A lot of veterinarians still do things that are not safe for rabbits. That's just an unfortunate reality about the world of rabbits. Veterinary schools, at least here inside the United States, have a rabbit specialty classes that can be taken in addition to exotic pet care. But right now, rabbits are still lumped in with the broad category of exotic pet care. So the truth is, a lot of veterinarians do not know about the right hay, safe toys, separating them after surgeries, when they should be force fed, proper medication after surgery, proper amounts of medication. There's just a whole lot of things that those of us who work with these animals 24 hours a day, can tell you how much bad advice we've gotten that could have harmed our pet rabbit had we followed it. So that is a reality. There's a lot of great veterinarians around. I think the number of veterinarians that have hands-on experience caring for domesticated rabbits is getting a little better. But where I live, I know in the state where I live, here in the United States, there are only 4 that really have a rabbit specialty on top of their exotic pet care license. So keep that in mind. A final thing I want to say, even though we haven't hit all the points about pet rabbit ownership in this particular video, I don't want to make this too long, But rabbits need a lot of space to run, jump, and play. If you understand the biology of a rabbit, then you know that these rabbits are built to run. They're natural sprinters. They're not long distance runners, but they're sprinters and they're jumpers. And they need time outside of a primary enclosure about 3 times a day minimum. And that's a big, big topic. I don't want to get too far into that, but don't ever stick a rabbit in a cage and just leave them there and feed them in water. And that is immensely cruel. Over caging causes all kinds of problems for the animal. Rabbits can get depressed just like other animals can. And in the case of a rabbit, that's a long suffering journey until they will finally die. So please don't overcage rabbits. If you want to get a pet rabbit or get someone you know a pet rabbit, help them understand, and you yourself understand, that these animals take a lot of care, a lot of space. They need to be fed properly. Their guts, their stomachs, their digestive systems, they can succumb very easily to death, illness and death if they're not fed properly, if they're not exercised properly. And so, it's not just a matter of looking at these animals and saying, what a cute animal, I think I'll get a pet rabbit. Really, really need to know how to care for them, have the space for them, and have a place that you can bunny proof so that they don't chew your house down. Thank you for joining me for this brief episode. There's a lot more to best care practices for pet rabbit ownership. I just wanted to hit the highlights today and address some misunderstandings that new rabbit owners, or if you're going to be a new rabbit owner, you might think that a pet rabbit ownership is right for you, but there are a few major things that have to be considered. And so I hope that I've addressed a couple of those today for you. As always, be kind to animals, and thank you for caring.